Shiny
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. That is our artist, Shiny Sophie. Is that right?
Yeah.
Welcome once again to another episode of Natural Wonders. I thank you all for being here very much. I thank my lovely players for being here. It's going to be a lovely little session. I'm excited. No Jamie this week, so maybe better, maybe worse. It's up to you. Who knows? Which means that you're actually more likely to be the last and the least this week, guys. So when we get into the shout-outs, you've got to be ready to fight for that pole position.
I'll go first.
All right, Dean was straight on it. He was like ready for it. So we're going to do our normal shout-outs. I don't have anything to shout out other than thank you, Shiny Sophie, in the chat for like being in the process of making us some awesome art, so we can we can have our own bespoke stuff.
It looks so good. So good.
Yeah, she's currently drawing Turk. That's what you love to hear. That is my only shout out this week. You should check out our Etsy store, Sunlit Sophie, if you want any commissions of your own, and also drag queen prints and things like that. So, Dean, you can go first as you call
Right, but I'm not going to shout out my Twitch and YouTube this week. Instead, I'm going to shout out my Clash of Clans clan.
Oh yeah! I haven't got a command for that.
It's going down. Join.
What is it called?
Budget Bagel. Or if you want to get the hashtag to make it easier, join mine or Sam's Discord, and we'll be happy to give you it.
Budget Bagel. I don't know.
It would be such a great clan. So join it.
I might have to
be number one.
I might have to download it. Who knows?
Also Paymas98 on Twitch and YouTube.
Oh, he's that's 3 shout-outs, Dean. That's more than you're allowed.
It's a special week. I took Jamie's.
I'm joking. Yeah, that's true. You picked up Jamie's, sure. Right, who is?
I'm going next.
I've got a haircut.
Not being least this week.
Sam, straight in there.
Yeah, so Clash of Clans, join our clan, Budget Bagel.
That's his shout-out as well.
Also,
Shout-out,
Sam
Budget
JKP
Bagel.
on Twitch and YouTube. Play a lot of Pokemon. Love other stuff. Come and watch.
Shout out Budget Bagel.
You know, luckily there's not a Twitch channel out there with that name. Otherwise, I would have just given a shout-out.
Sam. We might have to
True.
take
There you go. There's a channel name for
channel.
you guys there.
Ooh.
Right, and last and unfortunately least this week.
Absolutely not. Save the best till last.
Save the best till last.
That's especially where the session's going now. Fuck it out. Oh. Last Sunday.
Should we go? I didn't know.
Yeah,
I
of
feel
course,
like
go.
Okay.
No,
Day 20 Live. That's our Twitch channel. We do D&D every Sunday with Jay and Sam in the game tonight, and occasional guest star Mitch in our other campaign that we run occasionally. Who knows when? But yeah, every Sunday 4 p.m. UK time, we do our main campaign, which is going swimmingly. It's
Spicy.
always spicy and interesting. But yeah, big things happening. Big things, boys. Big things.
Big things.
So make sure
Think
to check
big.
that out. Yeah, that's it. I
Whereas on this channel, we only do small things, very small things, very small. You know, like just huge galaxies and giant places, and all that kind of, all those small things.
Totalitarian empire.
Yeah.
Oh!
Become famous, boys. Let's become famous.
Straight in this week. You know what? I've noticed that those links are coming into streams like really early now. I think it happened to us when we did F1 last Tuesday. Like immediately we started the stream, there was like 5 bots being like, "Want to become famous?"
Yeah, usually they wait like an hour or two, but now they are a lot quicker with it.
Yeah,
It's funny.
a little bit wild.
Twitch just announced that they're getting rid of.
We got rid of the bots, and here they are.
And now the links are like even more.
They're
Sam,
doubling down, aren't they?
I blame Sam and Z.
That makes sense. He is a robot.
He is infiltrating Twitch.
I mean, if you're infiltrating Twitch, can you like get us some followers?
Yeah. Don't worry, I'm on it.
Cheers,
That's
mate.
the
Cheers,
next
mate.
one.
Hack the mainframe.
Hack the mainframe, baby. The swordfish. It's always swordfish.
It's always.
And without further ado, we're gonna hop into this week's intro crawl, written hastily by me about half an hour ago. Let's do this. Let's make sure it's not too loud. Sometimes it's way too loud. Episode 10! We are now past the official episode 9 episodes. The Clan Roshia. We begin with the discovery of Sully, the mechanic hiding in the nearby rocks. Through some subtle suggestion by the party, Sully caught on to the plot and managed to keep up the facade that the Hutts had stolen the Wookiees and fled in a shuttle. Zoram pledged that the Hutts would see payback and boarded his shuttle. Starting to gang war. The remaining Black Suns were distracted by the party so that Jakarta could sneak onto the ship. And at last, the party set course for what they believed to be Kashyyyk, to return their passengers home. Z found a quiet moment to salvage a memory core from Zakian's astromech droid, damaging it in the process. After a short time, detour? Fuck. The party found themselves orbiting the system known as Kashyyyk. There, the party met the clan Rocher, led by Chubo. He rewarded the party by returning his children, and invited them to rest in the village for as long as they like. Bip Bip stayed behind to talk, and Chubo informed Bip Bip of an ancient Jedi temple on the surface of Kashyyyk. That was a victim of me cutting shit out and not rereading it.
I like how I salvaged one.
Yeah,
You salvaged
Just
one.
one.
I originally... Anyway. Okay, so, as it stands, you guys are...
Let's roll light side.
Yes, let's roll light
Yeah.
side.
Destiny.
Let's roll Destiny. Let me just F11 that there. Lovely. Let me move this over here. Lovely. Alright. Let me... Oh, God, I've got to get... I didn't even check if the... I keep forgetting to check if the dice are working before we play. Let's clear the pool. It looks like it is.
Oh yeah, balls. It looks like
it's working.
yeah, it must be.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, one light side from Kalal, dark side from Zakin, dark side from Z.
It's the anger. Zakian's got that anger.
I can sense the droid.
It's just you
two.
There's something wrong.
Did it roll?
No.
Hold on. Did it roll?
There
Oi,
we go.
like
So
2-2.
weirdly, in the absence of the Jedi, the Force is at balance. It's weird. That is.
There's no chaotic energy. Come on.
He's not there to fucking yeah. So where we left off last time, Bip Bip had remained in the central Roshir tree where Chubo resided to have some sort of private discussion. You guys it wasn't a secret that it was something to do with his role in the galaxy as a Jedi. You guys were asked to leave and headed back to the Crate Fang where you currently reside. You were invited by Chubo to, as I mentioned, remain in the village as long as you would like, as where their village is located isn't super at risk of Imperial. Typically, the Wookiees, in their experience, believe that. And they've mentioned that there is a feast tonight if you wished to attend. What would you guys like to do currently? As it's currently, it's around like midday time. There would be a few hours to pass if there was to be a feast this evening.
How much time has passed since Bip Bip went into?
You guys have literally you're just walking up the ramp to the ship. This is almost immediately after you left him, essentially.
Suppose we better divvy out that reward of credits.
Affirmative.
The ones from the Wookiees, we've already divvied out the ones from the job, right?
Indeed.
How much did we get from the Wookiees?
Yeah, I can't.
2,000.
2,000 credits.
Your boy's on it.
God bless Kalal's datapad.
there ain't no RPG that I'm in that I don't take about 1 million notes.
I forgot to last week, so it saved me.
So that would be what? But there's 5 of us, right? So 400 each.
Well, there's 4 of you right now.
4 of us right now.
He knows the money's there.
400 each. Right, nice.
400.
It's
Let's have
quite a lot of credits, to be quite honest.
And I'll hold on to Bit Pips.
From a seemingly humble environment, the Wookiees don't seem to live in wealth. They live what seems to be a fairly humble existence. All of their houses are made from the trees around them. But they had these credits.
Perhaps we should have a discussion inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do notice there are like 2 Wookiee guards standing on the platform, not like watching you, but just, you know, in the area.
Mm-hmm.
Give them a nod as I walk up into the ship.
Yeah. It's not bad.
I'll just follow, walk up as well.
Let's go in
Alright.
into the ship.
Gonna move to where the canteen is, where that round table is in the ship. And then I suppose then I'll put the credits down on the thing. I mean, I don't actually know who has the credits. I think I just assumed I did because I had the number down.
Oh,
Yeah,
you know
you
what? I think Bip has them? No. I think you do. You've got them. Sure.
I'll put them down and just start doing it in front of everyone.
Alright.
I didn't think the Wookiees traded in civilized money.
I did want to talk about that. Remember what Chubo, that was his name, said about the Imperial presence here on Kashyyyk?
Yeah, said it's not on this side, but there definitely is one, right?
I would like to, one, remind us all that there's a good chance that we were detected entering the system and landing on planet. And 2, where did they get these credits?
It's a fair assumption to be wary of why they'd have credits, because, like I said, I didn't think no primitives like these were carrying around cash like that.
We can't stay here for long.
You and I have not seen eye to eye on many, many different things, but the one thing I think unites us is that we both are alive because we are cautious.
I wouldn't trust a Wookiee as far as I could throw it. Let me just put it that way.
They are quite big.
I know, yeah. I am too, but I can't lift a thing like that.
It does make me nervous.
Sorry, I'm dying a little bit.
I say we wrap things up here as quick as possible. If it wasn't for
Right, guys, where's Bip Bip?
He was having a talk with Chubo. Something to do with the Force. It is
We
a good
can't leave
point.
him here.
What do you mean we can't leave him here? He's a liability. Of course
Not
we
as
can
much
leave
for
him here.
liability as you are, Took.
Hold on. I'm no light sticking, signaling crusader from some dead world.
If you can find yourself another ship, you can head off, but I'm not leaving.
I didn't say to leave him, I just said why couldn't we leave him? We definitely could.
As much as I do agree with you, Took, in that Bip Bip has the personality of someone that is indeed a liability, think of it like this. He runs his mouth very, very easily. It would not take much to encourage him to discuss his ventures with us. I think that could be a greater liability.
Yeah, and I guess his saber's pretty useful.
Can I? Sorry.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, can I go into the cockpit, and I want to see if I can run some sort of quick scan for any ships that might be nearby.
Oh. You want to scan for ships?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead. This will just be an average check. This will be, I guess, computers.
Yep.
Curious check to use
There we
the
go.
scanning system on board the Crate Fang.
Yeah.
You've used
Ready?
it before. Yeah, I'm ready.
Oh,
You do
okay.
a scan. It doesn't really turn up anything that would read to you as a ship. You do notice there is one more ship within the village, but it doesn't. You don't register any kind of like weapons systems or anything like that.
Okay.
That's all you register.
Okay, I'll come back to the group. We seem fine for now. I do not want to stay here for too long.
Me neither. And I don't know what Wookiee food tastes like.
At this point, you guys have been conversing for some time, and obviously Kalal took some time to divvy out that money and separate it, and Pip doesn't return back to the ship. Maybe 15, 20 minutes now? Doesn't return. If you guys were to wait, another 10 minutes pass, and you do hear the docking ramp of your ship deploy, if you had closed it. If not, you just hear the footsteps of someone entering. Perhaps slightly heavier than you're used to for Bip Bip. He's quite light-footed. He's clumsy, but he's a little bit more nimble and agile. And then slowly appearing round the corner into the cargo bay where you guys are located, you see dark, shaggy fur. A full-grown Wookiee, around 7 to 8 foot high, tall, with deep black fur and a scar across his right eye, walks into the cargo bay. And he sits. Well, he doesn't sit. He leans up against the doorway. Are you translating, Z?
Yeah. Whenever I see a Wookiee.
Yeah, you just immediately.
As soon as I see him, I'm going to say,
Oh, by all means, walk in like you own the place.
I did not mean to cause any offense. I just saw your friend running off into the jungle.
What?
Yeah, he seemed like he was on a mission of some kind, and he went tally-hoing off without a plan. So it looks like you might be stuck here for some time.
Do I believe him?
You can certainly roll. Ooh. You
I
could
don't know. There's not an insight.
Yeah, let's see what you could roll. What
Yeah,
is
that's not
that?
with liars, yeah.
I mean,
You could just do a contested deception, I guess.
yeah, I was just gonna say, like, understanding how people lie, maybe.
Yeah,
So
that makes sense to me. Yeah, do a deception check. This is just going to be average. He's not. Actually, you know what? This character. I hadn't thought about this part of him. Sure. He's a bit of a liar. Go ahead.
Okay.
No black dice because of your thing, right?
So I actually recently took another talent,
Right.
which is to remove black dice from it's plausible deniability, to remove black dice from coercion and deception checks. So now it's charm, leadership, deception, and coercion.
So basically, all of the social skills apart from negotiation.
I'm a social man, you see.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Awesome.
except for negotiation, I think.
You're not the negotiator, though. Damn.
I don't have the
Alright.
spirit box. Okay.
Oh,
Sorry, you ready for me to do the deception?
I am. The rolls.
Oh, that ain't good.
You
That ain't
you can't quite read him. I mean, you're super good at reading smooth skins, but this is a big furry Wookiee, and it's not. You don't pick up those subtle facial expressions that you would normally pick up. So you're
translator.
you're a bit miffed, and yeah, it's like lost in translation as well.
Yeah.
A bit. So you don't quite gauge his intentions there. He seems like he's being honest, but that's the best you can gauge. And he says, may I sit down, join you for a drink? I actually come here to chat. I have a proposition for you all.
Does it involve running off into the jungle?
Not as willy-nilly as your friend.
Oh, fine. Fine, sit down.
And he pulls over a semi-large cargo crate from over in that side of the room, and he sits himself down. He leans forward. The name is Sultatha. I'm the leader of the Wookiee rebellion here in Clan Rocher.
Rebellion.
And, to be quite honest, I've had just about enough of the elders ignoring my cause. They feast tonight whilst our brothers and sisters suffer at the hands of the Imperials on our home planet. I cannot stand for this. Jubo is a coward, and so is his son. I look at you and I see 5 capable warriors who would ride with me into battle. 4 capable warriors. Sorry, I thought I saw another one of you over there.
It's the
Oh,
R5
yeah.
droid.
No, that bot's not working yet.
Wait, what?
That bot, it's not working yet. We're trying
What?
to get it fixed.
What bot? It's hidden.
Oh yeah, there. Scrap that.
A moment of realization.
Yeah, to be fair.
Scrap it.
You might
Carry on.
mistake me for 2 people. I understand that.
Yes, well,
Face.
I definitely don't mistake your type. Soldiers of fortune, yeah? You're not in this for the altruism.
Oh no.
And trust me, there will be a payout. I propose, tonight, whilst the clan feast, you meet with me and my brothers. We will take our discreet shuttle to an Imperial outpost located closest to the camp. We'll slaughter them as they sleep and steal their supplies.
Now you're speaking my language.
How much?
There's a weapon cache. You can take whatever we find. As long as me and my brothers are able to arm ourselves first.
Is there a communications network there?
There could be. From what we've gauged with our little reconnaissance, it's some sort of science outpost. We're not entirely sure what they're doing there. But we know that they take us there, and then we don't leave. So somebody's got to do something. If Tubo won't, I will.
This could be an opportunity to find out exactly what the Empire know about us and what they think we have done.
What have you done?
Oh, get ourselves landed in Imperial lockup.
Z, please don't translate that.
Wookiees
my head just turned to him. Way too late.
Wookiees understand you, alright? You don't. It's not. It's a one-way street with Wookiees. No, he's.
Goddamn Wookiees.
He doesn't seem overly concerned with that. Listen, I don't want to know what you've been up to. All I want to know is if you're going to help me. I don't need an answer right now. But tonight, whilst the clan feast, meet me on the southern platform. We'll be going whether you turn up or not. So be there sharpish, sundown. Any
My crew and I
questions?
will discuss. Since a couple of weapons ain't just gonna make up for the cost of such a risky endeavor.
Well, like I said, the offer is there. We'll be going with or without you.
In good faith, perhaps you can answer this question.
Yeah.
How exactly did your clan leader acquire 2,000 credits to just give away?
Well, we have no need for such things. We don't buy weapons or supplies when we're in need, because we're stupid Wookiees. That's what you think, isn't it? We keep a reserve in case of emergencies. Every now and then, a slaver will arrive, and we'll come out on top. Take what he had. Those things build up.
Understood.
Right. Remember, southern platform, sundown. He stands up and all of a sudden he goes from a sitting medium-sized creature to a hulking beast among you. Like, he is huge and he is jacked. He's buff boy. Walks out without another word.
Getting roped up in politics yet again.
We can't ignore the fact that perhaps Bip's venture into the jungle was not an intentional ruse. Maybe I'm just being suspicious, but like I said, Tug, I'm sure you will understand that sort of suspicion is what keeps us alive.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I don't tend to agree with you, but Bip's a loose end. If he's just traveling out into the forest and gets captured by the Empire, he is a one-way ticket to all of our pretty little asses.
This is a very, very, very unfortunate turn of events.
So I say, we go with this Wookiee rebellion. We look for Bip in turn. As soon as we found Bip, we take a little bit of weapons, we take a little bit of credits, we let the Wookiees do the fighting. Then we cut away. And if we can get an Imperial officer on the sly, it would be a bad idea to know what we've done.
I agree. It would also be good information to find out what exactly they're working on.
I want to see what my hollow portrait's looking like these days.
I'm sure it's ugly as hell.
You should have seen me. Should have seen me 10 rotations back.
Did you still have your ponytail then?
Oh yeah, it was big, bigger than this. For sure.
What is the significance of cutting that? You had an entire ceremony for it, and
You don't
Didn't
strike me as
understand
someone
why.
that cares for our rim culture. I'll tell you. We got our braids out in depiction of how long we've been away from Quay's light. I am not a big devotee of Quay, but it's good to keep face.
I've heard this Quay mentioned a few times. Who exactly is that?
Quay is, well, to you, would be called a moon. The moon of Cyrilla. It's our namesake. And when we return back to planet, which is usually frowned upon to leave planet, we cut our braid.
Fascinating.
It's rare you'll see such a wee Quay with a longer braid than you saw me with, but Hell, I'm looking to make mine a lot bigger.
I didn't take you for a traditionalist.
Well, I'm not a traditionalist, but having a long braid means I've not been home, and I don't like going home all that often.
At least you have a home to go back to.
Oh. Yeah. True. I didn't think of that one. Well, you've been to Cirilla now, you can call that spice hole your home if you want. Plenty of sleazy types just like you.
Sleazy me, please. It's a
Oh,
little dry for me.
under all that clean, smooth skin of yours, there's a grease bag under there.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Flashbacks to that sandstorm.
What about you two? I don't even know anything about you, and I point to Zakian. Sounds like we're gonna have to be set here for a long time.
I just kind of got roped in and ended up all the way out in Tatooine. And then I made some mistakes. Hit on that ship, and here I am. Not really much to say.
Do you still think it's a mistake?
Well, the Hunts are chasing me, and now the Empire's chasing me, so... Yeah. But at least we're having fun, I guess. It's a lot more action than I'm used to over on chat, that's for sure.
You know what? I've never had a spice jockey before. You could be my new little spice jockey if you want.
I don't know what that is, Took.
What is that?
Like a big euphemism.
You know, carry around my spice for me. Gives me a little pick me up.
Oh no.
Oh my god, he's frozen in the perfect.
he's like, you froze. Sorry.
You know, Tuck, if you take too much of that, it'll be your last trip home.
Well, what do you mean? Oh, is that a threat? I don't want to go home.
It's a turn of phrase.
Yeah.
What I'm doing.
Oh, yeah, sure. Just keep me away from Ryloff. I've already told you this.
This is one thing I do not understand about biologicals. Why do you compromise yourself?
Why do you, rub your joints with oil?
I don't.
And you're a fool.
I gotta agree with Took on this one, Z.
So
You
just
don't,
like,
you don't want your joints getting rusty.
I have to concur. I don't understand why you would not oil your joints.
Would you oil your joints?
Yeah, that's why I oil my, 2 nose joints here with plenty of, spice.
I've come to the conclusion I will never understand you. Wookiees are far easier to translate.
I'll take that as a compliment. Means I'm intellectual, I guess.
Sure.
So what have you been doing then since all this, since that job? I've seen
You
you.
took it to me.
You, yeah.
What? Sorry, I'm still stuck on the oil.
you got hooked.
Oil in my joints.
What do bounty hunters do? We fulfill bounties, get coin. That is the essence of my existence. What of yourself?
Well, I ended up in the slammer. Wasn't fun. For that exact job. So you got lucky.
I got out of there quickly. I assumed you had all been captured or killed.
Hold on, you two know each other?
Knowing each other is very loose term.
We have been acquainted very briefly.
Kessel. The mines of Kessel. Oh, probably 5, 6 rotations ago. I remember.
Curious that this never came up.
We spoke about it briefly. It was never important.
And I know everybody. Everybody worth knowing. So, it's no surprise.
I will take that as a compliment.
You're one of the what's the word? One of the most competent of buckets of bolts I know. So that's saying something.
It comes with the model.
Right. So during that time, say an hour or two has passed as you guys conversed and relaxed a little bit, for lack of a better phrase, in the Crate Fang and in the sort of the lounge area. Is there anything else you guys want to do on the ship before the feast this evening?
I would like to have a little look for a hiding place that is too small for Zakian and big enough to hide a thing that I have now.
You are certainly going to need to make...
That's very specific. Very
specific. Let's see. What check could you make?
Eyes and ears.
Yeah, it's going to be... I mean, you're specifically hiding it from him, right? So...
Yeah, from everyone, but specifically he crawls around places. So.
And you know that he's very, he's got a good eye for detail, so you're going to have to find a very good hiding spot. I would say perhaps survival would be acceptable if you wanted, because it's like trying to find the best hide. I don't know. Perhaps stealth. I could go for.
Stealth would stealth makes
because you're
sense,
doing a sneaky thing, but you're just trying to find it. So perhaps just perception.
Yeah, if he's looking for it, I'd say perception.
Yeah, because if you find somewhere, I would say perhaps stealth to securely hide it there. But sense, to find the place, to find a place good enough, it's going to be a pretty hard perception check. Because you are looking for a very specific type of hiding place. Not to say they aren't present on the ship.
I'm assuming the Crate Fang has a lot of little rusty holes.
Yeah, just jam it in the thruster like rust.
Rusty holes.
I was originally going to say a lot of rusty holes you can shove
Classic
stuff in.
Z looking for rusty holes.
Z is looking for glory holes, right. Z, I'm ready for your check, you dirty boy.
That poor astromech droid.
That's his sex doll. Alright, success with quite a bit of threat. Alright, noted. You, after some time, you search around. Let's swap over. Let me just check the other map, just for the sake. You guys are on the Crate Fang right now, so you guys will be on here, wherever you are. Whilst the rest of you are in the main cargo hold. Z, have a look around.
No, what's Pip Pip doing here?
Oh, get it out of here, bitch. Alright, cool. You have a look. Your first thought, where's a discreet place? You go to the galley. You have a look around in there. You find a couple hiding places, like under the sink unit, but Zakian could totally get in there and hide if he was feeling skittish on the toilet one day. So you don't go there.
What?
Take a little extra time. You know, if you're taking a dump and then the shit gets hit
And
by a
then I
missile.
want to hide.
Yeah, you never know.
Right.
And
Okay.
in the hallway, in this little like divot here, it's like a little storage area. In the ceiling, you notice there is like a loose grate, and you think that's hard for Zaki to access. You put your hand up, and you push it up, and it comes out of place, and you're able to put it up there and just close the grate as if no one had ever. If you can, that would be what the stealth check is, to see if you can replace it without making it look like someone has. I mean, I won't make you make a check for this because you're gonna take the time to do it, unless right now anyone is walking around the ship doing other things.
Are people nearby?
Currently, no. But is anyone else doing anything between that conversation and the feast?
How long have we got?
I mean, you've got a few hours to
Alright.
kill.
For roll's sake, let's say I want to walk around, carry on sorting the power room.
So you head down towards the power room. So Z, as you're finding this, make a stealth check to see if you can hide from, like, how hidden you are whilst you're doing this. It will just be like an average check.
Okay. You ready?
I am ready. Fail.
Oh.
With some advantage. So what happens is, you're like in this hallway and you peek round and you see Zakian come in, and Zakian, you spot Z peek round the corner and then he pops his head back in. But with that advantage, Z, you just turn around and there's like all this storage stuff, so you just start like having a look at what the hell's here, like act casual type thing. And to the best of your knowledge, Zakian, Z is currently just looking at what this ship has on it. So this is an area you guys haven't really touched.
Looking for anything specific?
Just seeing what's here. I've never looked through this particular storage room before.
Actually, neither have I. And I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna have a look as well.
Okay, so the two
And
of
then
you...
sarcastically, I'll be like, "Why don't you join me?"
Sure, might find something useful, like a memory.
Could you imagine the fucking...
I am looking
sheet?
for another memory drive.
So you guys spend some time searching through, like, there's like 3 or 4 different boxes of like stuff here. A lot of it seems to be more like scrap wire bundles and just various miscellaneous like ship components, but none of it is in a good condition. It seems like Trex had a bit of a hoarding thing going on where he didn't like to throw broken shit away. You could maybe sell this for a handful of credits at a scrapyard, but to be honest, you might as well airlock it. You know, like just get rid of it.
Just get rid of it. Wait.
The containers would be more useful empty. You do find a small container with some rations that you didn't know you had. With like an extra week worth of food. Yeah, they're in date. They're like those MREs in the plastic bags, so they're super. They have a basically infinite. Long life. So yeah, you can go ahead and add a week's food to the ship, Jay. Captain Took. That should just be in its like notes somewhere.
Where is it? Is it on there?
It should say under the like. It should be like provisions for like 1 month or something. You can go ahead and 1 month and 1 week before you guys have to restock. You've eaten a couple days worth of those, but we'll say 1 month and 1 week from this find. And that takes you guys like. I mean, if you're really gonna go through the whole process of all of it,
my index is going down.
it takes you about 40 minutes to go through that.
Okay, the whole time I'm going to be keeping an eye on that grate, making sure that, I don't know, Zakian isn't going up there or messing with it. Just keeping like whether he's I want to kind of gauge whether he's aware that there's like a hiding space up there or not. If that's possible.
You can make a perception check. This would just be a regular perception check to see if you could, whilst he's like going through it with you, if he's like sussed the ceiling. And Zakian, I want you to make a perception check if you can see Z weirdly staring at you. And like his sensors every now and then are just like but both of those are just going to be average checks.
Just level up my perceptions, and that's great.
Don't worry, there's no black dice for this check.
All right,
boys. I am ready.
Alright, go on, Z, you go first.
Z, you do not You do not inherently spot Zakian sussing the ceiling space, but you're not being very discreet about it either with that threat.
Okay.
Maybe your guilty conscience. Who knows? And
I
Zakian,
don't have a conscience.
like, whilst you're like going through certain like boxes and things, you know that feeling like you're being watched, and like you every now and then you peer over your corner and you catch Z just looking away.
Them two main sensors just
Yeah.
staring.
As you're going through these crates.
Is there something on the back of my head?
Not that I am aware.
Why'd you keep looking at it then?
I am always looking at everything, and I just spin my head around, and there's just sensors like all over it.
Yeah.
Spot anything interesting? And then I look around, up, down.
You're doing like a whole
Yeah.
check of the room. Yeah, sure. For the sake of this, I'll make it one harder because you're doing a whole room search. Yeah, go on. I'm ready for it.
Nah.
You glance around the room. It looks like the crate fang. It looks about the same condition as most of the other rooms. Things are out of place. The ceiling looks old and rusty, but nothing remarkable.
No little hiding spaces.
You do spot that perhaps. I mean, you can tell that the ceiling would be able to be moved, but you can't gauge if the space up there is big enough for you. And also, it would be hard to get up there. You'd have to like stack boxes up and then climb up. And it'd be pretty obvious.
Maybe we can use up there for even more storage.
Definitely not. You wouldn't be able to reach it. We require you to fix the ship. If
That's
you
alright.
swore
Pip will be able to grab it. Or maybe you can
Yeah,
use it. Are you tall enough?
and
Pretty
I put my hand up, and I'm gonna pretend that I can't lift it.
Make a
Oh,
deception check to see how legit this looks. Pretending you can't lift the ceiling. What? So with the attempt of like you can't reach it, or like it's too heavy.
Yeah, like, I'm gonna put my like hand on it and then push it as if like it's bolted down.
Right.
and-
Okay. Yeah, I get what you're doing. I thought you meant you was gonna be like, oh, I can't reach it.
Oh.
I didn't oil my joints.
I didn't stretch my joints this morning. Go ahead. See.
Deception, right? Where's deception?
Yes, please. All right. Yeah, you pretty convincingly like do that thing, like the miming of pushing the wall, and yeah, Zakin, it looks like the ceiling is actually pretty sturdy in here. So
Doesn't seem to move.
Ah, that's annoying.
Maybe you should get some oil on that.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Do you spend much time in this room?
To be honest, I just normally walk past it, but looks like it's another job to tidy up and get rid of all this crap. So maybe I'll be spending a bit more time in here.
All of this is definitely junk. I would say if we can ditch it here, we should.
I don't think it's fair to leave it on this
it's
planet.
fucking fly tipping the Wookiees.
It's no use to us.
We should have left it on Cirilla. Shit, anyway.
Took's ears prick up in the other room. Took, your ears are burning right now.
Oh, I thought you just literally frozen on.
Oh,
There goes
no.
Sam.
Sam's
Still
out.
kicking off tonight.
Oh, bloody hell.
Burn killed Z.
Damn. Cool. So yeah, you found a potential hiding spot, but you haven't secured the stashing of the object.
I am going to be keeping an eye on for when Zakian leaves, and before we leave to go to meet the Wookiees, I'm going to try and shove it in there,
All right,
even if it's just a temporary spot.
gonna look for a quiet moment to sneak off.
Yes.
All right. Is there anything else you guys need to do right now, or shall we proceed?
Proceed.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think there's anything.
So you guys spend the rest of we'll say like 3-4 hours just sort of milling around and resting as best you can in that short time. and suddenly you start to hear like some drumming, like just like some rhythmic beating of drums. And if you were to peer out of the boarding ramp, you now see it is darkness, and that sense of being so high off the ground is like times a million right now, because everything is pitch black around you. You just see the edges of these lit lit tree platforms with the torches all around the edges, and anything out of that you just see dark, like pitch black darkness. The bridges between the trees, in the center of the bridges, are poorly lit because they don't have torches on them, only on either side of the bridges. And on the far side of the village, you see there's a cluster of like these 3 tree platforms. What did I say?
It was just the way you was like, and these edges, they're lit.
For fuck's sake. To be fair, you know what is lit? The feast, because it's kicking off. There's like a little group of Wookiees drumming, and they're like blue, and
No. By little, how much taller are they?
No,
they're blue. Right.
It's the blue man group. No,
The blue
it's not.
Wookiee group.
There are these the 3 Wookiees drumming along, and there's like a small group of other Wookiees dancing, and you can see like there's tables that have been set up, and the rest of this village seems pretty dead. That is where everyone seems to be right now, over at the feast. It is now sundown, I will say, sorry, because he said sundown sharpish. You guys wouldn't have missed that window. So it's not as pitch black as described, but it's getting there. You can tell very soon it'll be very dark.
Right, we heading over to meet this tall, dark, and scary-looking Wookiee.
I guess
Yeah,
so.
I guess so. You sound a bit scared, Took.
I'm not scared. No. I can take him one-handed.
Now that it's something I would pay to watch.
Would it be worth grabbing you some food from the feast before we leave?
Why, you my natty droid?
I am referring to the 3 of you who eat food.
Yeah, we might be able to grab some oil on the way as well.
Yeah, you sound like you're well overdue a good oil bath.
Fine, I get it. And I just start walking to where we're meant to meet him.
So, to clarify, you're not going to the feast. You guys are heading
We won't be walking past it if we
No.
go there.
So
I
you
don't
know
think we,
that
we
you
never.
were-
Did
you
we
were
ever say
asked-
we were gonna come? Did we ever say we were? I don't think we did. Did we?
I think he
didn't say
said
you
we
would
were
come.
invited.
It was like an open invitation. He did say like, let us know if you want to come, but
We
You
didn't know, so there we go.
You didn't.
He probably didn't even make us any food.
but you are obviously welcome. They seem like they literally said you can stay here as long as you want. So it's up to you guys. You can either head south to the agreed meeting point, you can go to the feast, or you can fuck off to Tatooine or something, I don't know.
Let's fuck off to Tatooine. Fuck the other guy.
Poor
Fuck
Bit.
Bit.
What are you guys doing?
No, let's go.
Let's go to
I don't
the.
Z's walking towards the meeting point.
So
Okay.
Z's,
yeah.
Z starts
Assuming
crossing the
that-
bridge and heading south.
South, yeah, we're going south.
All right. So the group of you head south, and as you get sort of round the curve of the central platform on the outside of this hulking roshier tree, across the bridge you see a familiar-looking Wookiee, and he looks like he's arguing with the dark third Wookiee, Sultafa, that you met recently. And you notice as you get closer that it's G. Carter. And Z was in the lead, so we'll say Z's there, the closest. Which is convenient, because Z, you over here...
I've left it on and it starts translating.
Yeah, as you get close, you overhear something like, from Jakarta, something along the lines of like, oh, you never listen, father doesn't want this, you're going to bring nothing but trouble to the village. And then the next thing you hear as you get closer from Soltatha is, "You continue to cower here with the clan, and we'll go rescue our brothers and sisters who suffer at the hands of Imperial dogs." And he seems really fucking pissed.
How close am I to them?
This is like as you're crossing the bridge towards them on this platform, and you'll notice like around them, his voice echoes into the emptiness of the surrounding area, and you just hear that like across from the party, and Jakarta just turns around and walks away because you notice now like the size difference. I mean, I've said this before, but like he's like, you know, he's Zakian to Kilal to the full-grown Wookiees. He's not an adult, and as he approaches you guys, you just see a look of like, for fuck's sake, like he says, "They haven't talked you into this, have they? Seriously?" And he's like standing on the bridge, which is only narrow enough for like one person. So yeah, this would be directly to Yuzi. Yeah, Jakarta approaches you, and he's like standing on the bridge, basically blocking your way.
What do you expect us to do? This is the Empire. We have a target on our back.
They don't know you're here. Just come to the feast, please. They're going to get themselves killed, and us. They'll bring nothing but death to this village.
But
What if I can-
Jakarta, they're gonna go. I mean, if you think they're gonna get you all killed, would it not be better that they have our support?
What if I can promise you that if it goes south, they will not trace it back to here?
Make a persuasion check. The two of you.
Both of us, yeah.
I'm not gonna reassure you, but I just want to shoot some Imperial dogs.
I'm gonna add a
That's
challenge dice.
Is there persuasion?
Is it coercion?
Because I said
Is
that.
it charm?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, coercion or charm.
Go for this. Go charm. I am ready when you are, lads. All right, fail,
Oh.
fail.
Oh,
Oh, that was
No.
probably that was
Fail.
we're not the talkers.
If you go, you'll die too.
I am
And
a
then
droid. I
The
can't
Imperials
die.
will come back here.
I'm going to place my hand on Z's shoulder and kind of step in front.
Uh-huh.
Let him pass.
Jakarta. But a week ago, you yourself were bound to slavery. And then we came along. Would you wish others to suffer the way that you have? If you know that they can be freed. The Empire are already here. The Empire do not stop. Trust me on that.
Roll a persuasion check. I'm going to give you 2 blue dice for hitting home on this young Wookiee.
Go.
Go ahead.
What one again? It's not persuasion,
Sorry,
it's,
charm. It's just D&D isms.
yeah, get stuck in there. You ready?
Yep, I've removed the black dice already. Wow, big success.
Oh shit!
You see his
Yeah.
manner shift from rage to just... He's very melancholy and calm. Similar to when you've seen in the past Bip, like almost that instant where Bip used his power on him. It shifts so quickly. No, you're right. If they're going to go, I believe it is best you go with them. Just please, do not bring this back to the village.
I think that our ship landing here is likely the one thing that would have done.
I suppose.
Enjoy the feast, Jakarta.
Thank you. It is a shame you will not be attending, but I will not tell my father where you've gone. And he, like, lets you guys pass. He stands to the side.
From observing Carlisle, I'm gonna very awkwardly put my hand on his shoulder as I walk past, trying to be, I don't know, comforting as a droid, as a bounty droid.
What, to Jakarta?
Yeah, I just kind
Just
of
like a
place it on
quick-
my shoulder as I walk past. Yeah.
Just nod. He gives you a nod.
As I walk past, I put my hand on his knee.
He looks down at you, slightly odd, confused at first, but he gets the idea. Took just walks past.
Just look at him.
Yeah.
I walk
and
up to pass and then just say to him, "You're a good man. And you want to protect your family. I understand that."
yes.
And then I'll
Thank
walk
you.
past.
You see him turn and walk, and he heads to that eastern platform. As you guys approach, you see 4 armed Wookiees. Not armored. They have that kind of shoulder and sort of sash Wookiee armor. And all 4 of them have large bowcasters. They look like those crossbows, but they are heavy and they are large. Zakian, these guns are almost as big as you. Like, they are huge.
I want to get me one of those.
The 3, and they are sat in the back of what? Kalo, you certainly recognize this from the core worlds. This is just a star commuter, like, bang, smack average, like, civilian transport ship. But they have painted it to be like this navy blue camouflage decal type vibes. You assume to make it like blending in the night, and it does a pretty good job. But you know this is not a combat vehicle. It certainly doesn't have any weaponry. And the 3 Wookiees you've not seen before sit in the back. And Saltafa stands waiting for you with his bowcaster on his shoulder. So you came. Are you
Yeah,
ready?
starting to regret it now, seeing that bag of bolts you got there.
She's done us well in the past. She's fast and hard to spot, and that's what matters.
How far is the target?
About 40 minutes or so south. This, the trek back might be a little bit longer, depending on how things go. This could be our baby's maiden final voyage, let's say.
What intel do you have where we're going?
I'll tell you on the way. Come on, get in.
Very well. I'll climb in, I guess.
All right. You guys get in the back, and as you get in, he bangs the side of it. Boom, boom. It's like a rear-loaded thing. The back door closes down, and now you're in a dimly lit, it's kind of a small room, to be honest. It's quite cramped. The other 3 Wookiees just stare at you and don't say a word. In fact, one of them has climbed into the pilot seat, so there's only two other Wookiees here now, and they do just kind of sit there and just look mean. One of them's got like an eye patch on, and he looks like the older of the 2. And Saltafa leans forward. The location's about 40 minutes south, as I mentioned. It's been dubbed Outpost Zeta. Some kind of Imperial scientific outpost. The outer perimeter of the location is guarded via a force field type fence. We'll need to find a way past that. But hopefully, if everything goes to plan, there shouldn't be too much of a worry. There's a garage on the west side of the compound attached to the main building. A large cargo door. About the same size as this baby we're riding in right now. You might be able to see where this is going. North of that, there's a smaller build. Well, it's attached to the garage. That's the main compound. We haven't got intel on what the inside layout is like. But there should be some stormtroopers present when we arrive. Around 6. Shouldn't be much of a problem for us lot. We're going to take him by shock. Any questions?
You mentioned something on the north side. What was that?
So the garage is on the west side. Attached to that on the north end is the main compound. On the northeast side of the yard is a hexagonal greenhouse type building. We're not entirely sure the purpose of this, but we should clear the area before we go snooping around, unless you've got better ideas.
How big's the building?
Oh, it's, to be honest, quite small for an Imperial outpost. It couldn't support more than maybe 6, 7 or 8 at a push. They'd be very cramped living conditions, especially if they've got a scientist in the midst.
But you can't be sure there isn't an underground compound.
We have not had a chance to intel that, no.
Like to be informed. That's all.
I understand. We do the best we can. We're not exactly kitted out like the main rebellion, in fact. We've had no contact with the main rebellion.
I see.
It's better kept that way. Nothing but trouble.
Well, it'd be nice to have a bit of backing from the big dogs, you know what I mean?
The ones I've met, they don't have the power to do any backing, so you're probably better off on your own.
You've met members of the Rebel Alliance?
Yeah, I have.
Bullshit. You ain't a rebel.
No, I'm not a rebel. Of course I'm not. Why would I sign my own suicide? I've got so much to live for.
Well, we believe in a better galaxy. One where we can live in peace.
I believe in a better galaxy where I can live alive with a pocket full of credits. I don't see taking on the Empire leading me down that road.
That is why you will always be somebody's pawn.
Pawn! Oh, I am very, very tempted to leave you to do this on your own.
Well, it's too late now, Sunshine. We've been flying for about 5 minutes.
What?
As soon as you got in, the ship took off.
I know. Oh.
Listen, you're here because I knew your type. You don't want to sell yourself to a cause. You just want the payout. So that's what I've offered you.
Well, you're not wrong. All I'm saying is it's just a suicidal cause. You're not gonna take down the Empire.
That's what they all say. If there was a little less people out there like you, it'd be easy.
Then you've not really met the Empire.
Well, of course we have.
No. No, you have not.
Oh, and you have.
I have.
I hate to agree with him, but I'd say he's met the Empire more than anyone here in some regards.
Well, it's besides the point. My rebellion will prevail. It has to. That is a simple fact.
I'm sure we'll do what we can to help.
Well, it starts today. No more sitting back. And whilst that conversation is going on, Zakian, one of the other Wookiees, large, brown fur, blonde mixed in, shaggy, eye patch, leans forward to you. Hey, Pipsqueak. I hope you pack more of a punch than you look.
I just lift up a fist and punch him with my shock glove.
You punch him.
Oh,
Perfect.
so
Not
Like a little
give him a little shock.
I want you to make.
These are human shields, man.
I want you to make a melee check.
Give him a little shock.
He's just gonna go.
Falls off the ship. Dies.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that. A little melee check for me, please.
This isn't the driver, is it? This isn't the driver.
No. So yeah, you give him a little shock, and it does like puff up his hair a little bit. Oh, not bad. Hope you've got more tricks up your sleeve. And he pats you on the back, and it's just like, takes all the wind out of you. It's like being hit by a fucking wooden plank.
I just fall on the floor. I'm just like.
He's getting off the ship first.
Paused. I love that.
Hey, Salt Arthur. Tell him the plan. Come on. Tell him how we're gonna ram this baby. And he's like, yeah, I was just getting to that. Thank you very much, Axelrod. That's not his name. That's not a wiki name.
Axelrod.
Axelrod.
No, that's his name.
That is his name. It was a weird like translation glitch with Z and Axelrod sticks. And he says, I was just getting to that. The plan upon arrival, this baby is going through that garage door. We're going to storm out, take the warehouse, garage area, and then make our way into the main compound from there. It is an all-out assault. They should, we hope, be sleeping, because it is, of course, the dead of night. They might have some guards. That is an odd thing I did not mention before. There are no guard towers on this compound. There doesn't seem to be any lookouts. It's an odd one. There's no security cameras. On the outside of the building, at least.
That is a terrible plan.
Hey, I have to admit, it's not a great plan.
You want us to just crash into the garage door?
Like, through it, yeah.
How do you expect us to get out with this?
Well, the back door that we got in.
Shit.
Shock and awe.
So we're gonna crash it from the front. Maybe not even get through and get out of the back door when we might even not be inside of the compound.
Yeah, like I said, shock and awe. And at that point, Axelrod leans forward. Yeah, shock and awe. The other one just leans back and is completely silent.
Oh.
Maybe there's probably a way we can open the garage door from the outside and sneak in.
Oh. You think they aren't going to notice 3 9-foot Wookiees sneaking in?
Well,
I think they're not gonna notice a ship flying through the front door.
Well, we're not trying to be sneaky. We're going in, shock and awe. And the other one leans forward again. Shot, and that's enough, Axel.
Yeah.
Stop copying.
Yeah,
me,
if you did stuff him up.
All right. You had me at shock and awe. No, I'll do it. I like it.
Well, look, by all means, if you think we can do, we've got a little reconnaissance platform set up. We can stop off there. You can have a look at it from afar. Have you got any long-range scopes, things of that nature to look in from a distance?
Oh yeah, got these.
And Tuck cups his crotch and.
Sorry.
All right, big guy, settle down. Axelrod's like, oh. Sounds like quite funny.
On a serious note, I do have these, and I tap my 2 sticky out sensors.
Oh yeah, of course. You're gonna come in handy tonight, I reckon.
I hope so.
He's a bit of a Swiss Army knife.
Call me that again. Yeah. What's a Swiss Army
Sorry,
knife?
do you mean a Chiss Army knife?
Cheers.
Oh, that's kind of. I love that. Just Army knife.
Disney better be listening to this stream, so they know what's actually canon now.
That is canon.
I turned to Took. Call me that again, and I'll shove my next frag grenade down your throat.
Whoa.
Don't you want to be doing that? I've got a couple of little betties in my crotch that I could attach to you, and you wouldn't be able to move.
Why don't we save this frustration for the Empire?
Oh, no. I bought some more.
win.
Is there an insight check that I can do on him right now? See if he's lying or not.
Yeah, totally. If you want.
Like, what's the equivalent?
Took. What is your deception roll?
My well, no, I'm not lying.
I mean, okay. Fuck it. Sure. Z, we'll go with you roll a deception to see against his. His. What is your deception?
Mine.
Yeah, I don't care. Actually, it doesn't matter. I'll just make it an average check. Oh, all right. It's a fail. Z,
Very bad fail.
it's a very bad foul. You start to feel a little bit stressed out. You can't compute. You cannot decipher if he's lying or not. Sparks fly.
I take out a little cartridge from my pocket. It's like and I flash it to him quickly and give him a little smile and very quickly in the dark, and then I put it back.
And as soon when he gets it out, I'm gonna try and
fuck's
grab
sake.
it. I'm gonna try and grab it.
Oh!
It is a very quick. So
You can try-
it'll
Yeah.
be a contested athletics. Is athletics a thing?
Wasn't we doing skullduggery for like sleight of hand?
Yeah, but this isn't like sleight of hand. It's like I'm gonna take that from you before. So it's like a dexterity style thing.
Athletics is a thing.
So we'll do athletics for this. So Took, what is your athletics?
My athletics is 3.
Or sleight of hand, whichever you would wish. For you.
For
No.
me.
No,
Oh,
for
for-
Took.
Ah.
Took can do sleight of hand or strength, whatever's or athletics, whatever's higher.
Wait, skullduggery sleight of hand, right? Or-
Yeah.
I'll just do athletics. Yeah.
Athletics. All right. So 3. And Sam, if you roll a athletics check, see if you're able to just very, very quickly snipe it
Alright.
out of his hand. It's a big roll.
Ha
Fail as you just lunge forwards. Sultan was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Have I made a mistake bringing you lot on this ship? I need you lot to be killing stormtroopers, not each other."
He's got a couple wires loose. You gotta give him some patience.
This
He
is
looks-
I take out because I know that only the members of the team will get this, but I take out the pin from my frag grenade and I just start like fiddling about
Oh,
with
the
it
old
on
pin.
my finger.
You better not have pulled a frag grenade in here. The droid's gone mad, and he tackles you.
Do you think I would kill myself for this man?
Sultafa leans forward in his chair. I need your head screwed on straight for this mission. The lives of my brothers and sisters are at stake here. The future of the galaxy changes tonight.
Speaking of which, do we have a way of getting them out? You said that we would be taking this vessel back, correct?
Yeah, if it survives.
Well, that is just the point, though, isn't it? If it does not survive, then we have just given the Imperials, how many of us? Extra slaves.
Very valuable slaves are that as well. I'm very valuable.
All right, I thought this through. The Imperials have their own vehicles. We just take one of theirs if they and
Oh,
fails.
They
It's
have-
fine. If they try to enslave us, I will just self-destruct and kill us all. No
yeah.
slave for the Empire.
Let me find a hole to hide first.
Can he actually do that?
Yeah, he can.
I mean,
I'm beginning to
he's-
regret my
he's
decision.
threatening it, but he hasn't actually done it, as you can tell.
He makes threats. He's full of empty promises and threats.
Empty promises and threats to
Let's not encourage him to show us that it's true.
Oh, I'd
Use
like
it.
to see him.
When you need to, not now.
Back to your ridiculous suggestion, stealing their ship. Yeah, because stealing the Imperial ship, leading it straight back to your home is smart.
Well, we would dispose of the ship. We wouldn't leave it for everyone to see. We wouldn't just
Yeah.
display it. We would drop our family off, ditch it somewhere in the forest, and then walk back. When we
Look,
didn't have
I'm not-
civvies.
I'm not going through with this if we're doing his plan, because this is terrible.
You ain't got any choice now, mate, unless you want to sit in the shuttle whilst the shooting starts.
Oh, just kamikaze through the door.
Like I
No.
said, we're gonna stop on a reconnaissance platform so you guys can get a aerial view of the the location. All right.
And then I can walk back to camp and maybe get some food left.
Well, if you can fly, maybe.
I can climb.
Mate, he's new on. How long have you lot been on Kashyyyk? Because him climbing back. Axelrod leans forward. You will last 10 minutes.
But I'm not even gonna last 2 minutes going in with your stupid plan.
The Racodactyls will snap you up for a little snack.
The what?
Giant lizards.
Don't like lizards.
Okay, but can we just make a better plan?
Well, as you may or may not be able to tell, this is my first stop, and I'm open to suggestions. I've mentioned that before. We're not too far from the reconnaissance platform now. Maybe 10 minutes out. We'll stop there. The shuttle will power it down, and you guys can get an aerial view. How does that sound?
Good to me.
All right. So you guys spend another 10 or so minutes with that awkward kind of like silence of everyone just in this small, like, everyone's looking at each other. And then the guy in the front just says back, "We're nearly there." And you see, for those of you who can peek round and see out the cockpit, there is a small wooden platform, nothing like the ones you've seen in the, like, nothing like the huge ones you've seen back in town. And it looks just big enough for the ship to land, and maybe like one or two of you to step out at a time. Only one Wookiee, but maybe two of you guys at a squeeze. It's very like, if you're scared of heights, this is your worst nightmare scenario. But you don't see anything. Those of you who would see this, Z, you'd probably spot this. Maybe Kalal, Zakin, you're a bit short to see out of the cockpit windows, so this is a struggle for you. But you do see the sort of, in the distance, on the surface, you guys are fairly low in the trees now. You get the sense that the village of the Clan Rushir is really, really high up, and you guys have descended quite far towards the floor. And you see a small opening in the trees, and this faint glue glow on the distance. And the blue light refracting refracting off of this, like, geometric glass shape. But other than that, you didn't see anything. Did I say glue blow?
Glue blow.
A fake glue blow.
I thought you noticed because you paused, but then you continued. And
I might have noticed for a micro. I was like, carry on. You see a faint blue glow. And as you guys land on the reconnaissance platform, we'll go ahead and take our midway break there. So we'll take 10 minutes. We're back at 35 minutes past. We'll see y'all, ladies and gentlemen, soon for the second half of tonight's episode. Go have a wee, a poo, a drink, whatever you got to do, and we'll see you very soon.
A line of
Clash of
spice.
Clans raids.
Going for a
Line of
poo, I'll
spice.
see you in 2.
Yeah. We're back. Welcome back, guys. A little bit of a longer break than we anticipated because of the tech difficulties there, but never the matter. Never the worry. Glue blow, Axelrod.
Blue blow Axelrod.
Sure.
Is that his full name?
I just want you to know before we jump in that I did write down. This is my note for Axelrod. Axelrod, the New York Wookiee.
New York Wiki.
New York.
He's like this. Adrian. Sure, why not? Right. So, as I was saying during the time when I was in the Shadow Realm, you guys, just before we broke up, you guys had landed on this very small, rather precarious reconnaissance platform, and Z jumps off the edge and dies.
and Z hits self-destruct.
No, so you're on this very precarious Chi platform. It's about, like I mentioned, about as big as the ship, and you can just about squeeze maybe 2 of you out on the edge. And And in the distance, now all of you, as the back door of the shuttle opens, you can now see that familiar blue glow. All of you see that now. And it sort of outlines this rectangular yard. You see the blue light refracting off of this complex shaped greenhouse. But that's all about you can make out, other than the silhouette of a building. That's about all you can make out without some kind of increased zoom from this distance.
I'm gonna stand up and go to walk out of the ship, look at the size of the platform, the size of the Wookiees, and then I'm gonna grab the top of the shuttle and pull myself up onto the roof of the shuttle.
All right, that's easy enough to do. You've done it on bigger shuttles, so I'm not gonna make you roll for that because that would be really mean. You just fall and die. I don't want to kill you by making you fall out of a tree. That would be very anticlimactic.
It would be. All this talk of self-destruct, and then just falls out of a tree.
That would be awful.
I want to see if I can.
I'm gonna walk to the edge and say to Z, try to see if there's any way we can open the garage from the outside, or if I can entrances.
Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah, I want to specifically look at if there's like a. Can I see what angle am I looking at? Can I see the garage door?
So what I will do is I'll show some of the map to the chat, just so I'm not explaining and they're like, "What the hell is this guy talking about?" So where the Wookiees are up here is roughly the angle you guys are sitting in the trees line now. So if any looking you're doing towards the building would be from this sort of angle. All right, from like a northeasterly angle.
Oh wait,
so
and is that the door?
You can make out. I mean, if you like meta, yeah, that's the door. And there's a door here, but you can't see that one.
Oh, this gap's here above the red bit. That's what.
That is what you would know as to be the garage door, but you don't technically see that in character unless you do a zoomy zoom check.
Just to ask again, how close are we?
Right now, it's hard to gauge. You're pretty far away. You're also quite elevated up in the you're not high in the trees. If you look up, you see they extend, out into the night.
Not quite.
But you're still pretty high off the ground. So it's hard to gauge exactly how far you are. A few hundred feet. Pretty far.
Could I want to specifically look at the door and see if there's like a control panel to it.
Sorry, I didn't do my DM webcam. How silly of me. I'm here too. I forgot.
He's just the ethereal voice.
Yeah, I was just the Spotify playlist.
Yeah, that works too.
So sorry, Z. What was you saying you were doing?
I want to see if there's like, look at the door and see if I can see if there's a control panel. I also want to know what that red thing is.
What that red thing is? What you on about? What red thing?
On the map, that red thing.
What do you mean red thing?
I don't think we see like anything in the detail that's on the map.
In terms of color, it is silhouetted.
Okay.
So you do need to make a perception check. Z, do you have binoculars of any kind? To be able to do like long distance.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd probably look through the scope of my rifle. I don't have specifically binoculars.
All right. Well, those are an item that exists. You can have electro binoculars. You can have regular binoculars.
I thought someone had some. I thought we talked about them.
I think Bip has them.
Yeah, he might.
Bip.
Yeah.
Use them in the fucking temple.
But Z, if anyone's going to be able to do this, it's you, because you do have you have a bit of an advantage when it comes to vision than the other members of the party. And yeah, one of your main large rifle, although it's not scoped, you can kind of use it to guide your vision. So go ahead and roll. This is going to be pretty difficult because it is the pitch black night. Very dimly.
Yeah.
Like, the one thing you do immediately notice is that it seems like it's an Imperial outpost, but it just looks a bit like run down and like small in scale. The Imperials have these huge Star Destroyers like that cruise through the galaxy and blow everything up in their way. and they have this huge space station that can destroy planets. But this is a small, insignificant research station, and it doesn't seem to quite add up in scope.
Yeah.
This will be a hard check, and I'm going to add 2 black dice because of distance and lighting for the perception check. Go ahead.
We believe in you. We believe in you. Don't you fuck this up.
You fucking droid.
Praying to the droid gods. Are you ready for me to click the button?
I am ready, sir. The trods.
Oh!
Oh! All right. Critical success. Lots of threat, though, Z.
But are we not doing that to try and get rid of the threat? Was we doing that?
I don't know if one
maybe
triumph
maybe
outweighs
that
5
much.
threat.
Nah. Maybe not.
But Z, surprisingly, you manage to hone your vision in and sort of correct for the lighting balance and things. And what you do spot is a garage door, the one that you assume Sultatha was mentioning about using, which is on the west side of the compound. You see that there is a north side of the compound, but you don't see any entrances to it on this wall. So you assume that the entrance he was talking about would be on this wall here somewhere. Yeah?
On what wall, sorry?
On this wall, like
On this one, okay.
yeah. The north wall from the garage. Inside of this large complex greenhouse, you do see like rows of these plants, but you're not quite sure from this distance if they have any significant features. They look like green bushes from here. The yard itself, you notice that it is trodden mud, as if there have been like consistent drilling going on here. Like there's no tire tracks, for example, because there are no tires in Star Wars.
There's no burn track.
There's no displacement from any kind of vehicle, any kind of transport in and out. And you do, in fact, with that roll, you spot a large container that looks as if it is containing some kind of fuel.
It's oil. It's oil.
Some kind
We
of
know
fuel.
how much Z likes an explosion.
And just next to that on the wall, there is a console, an access console, you can assume.
Okay.
That's about
I'll
all you
climb-
can gauge from your position and that check. It's a very good crit, so...
Okay. I'll climb back into the shuttle. There does seem to be a control panel on the wall. No vehicles.
Our vehicle. Sir, please remain in the vehicle.
In or out. I believe that we may be able to access the door rather than drive our escape into the building. And I look at Zakian when I say that.
Think the droids above.
That's
What
a
are
Hobbit
droids?
Looks like we got a new plan.
What is the plan?
Well, there doesn't
Please.
seem to be any security cameras, so if there are no guards, I believe that we may be able to get in close enough, send in our very small companion, and he may be able to open the door.
Yeah, but the biggest obstacle by going in on foot is that force field. It's no easy task to get through one of them.
How is the force field? Does it have an upper limit, or is it the whole way around?
It's not a dome. You could throw someone over the top of it.
I was gonna suggest,
But it, it would be quite difficult and quite costly if one were to land on a force field and have like on top of one, for example. It'd be pretty catastrophic to their anatomy.
Gotta risk it. Risk it.
It's probably like 15 foot tall. It's quite a large fence. Quite a large security measure. You could maybe find an access point for it somewhere, but you don't spot one.
Is there? Can we go underneath it?
You could try.
Can't go over it. Can't go round it.
We definitely can't go through it, Sam.
We should go through it.
We have to go through it. Well, going through it was sort of our plan. No, going over it was our plan.
It's not exactly as stealthy, but slightly more than ramming the ship into the garage doors. What if one member of the team stayed piloting the ship, got us low enough over the force field where the rest of us drop out into the compound itself? We don't have to worry about the force field, and we're inside. Then to get in, we use your technical expertise to unlock the doors. That way, we have a ship to get away that we are absolutely sure works and that we can pilot, and we have someone in control. Do you have a comm link?
What now?
Can you communicate with the ship here?
He takes
A
it from his
radio.
water flask. I do not. Do any of you have one?
I do, but
So we can use yours and connect to the ship.
that's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
If the comms on
Oh!
the ship are
Yeah.
working, is what, because it does look like the ship is in a interesting state. So I thought I would ask rather than presume.
No,
That is
she's in working order, through and through.
then that is one option. It alleviates the issue with the force field.
It
but-
does.
If there are defenses there that we cannot see, we are put in a difficult position. But
Yeah.
if we ram the ship, we are definitely not getting out of the compound without another ship. That is a guarantee.
I like the idea of this plan. I can get
And-
and get the pilot to swing back round when we're nearly ready to exfiltrate.
Exactly.
They can wait up there on the platform.
What do you think, the rest of you?
I like the plan.
I just hope this pilot's good enough to fly.
Yeah, it sounds good. It sounds good. Let's just hurry up. I'm getting trigger happy.
And if Zakian has trouble with the door, there is a large tank of fuel that
We
I'm
do-
sure I can detonate.
So we'll all be hopping out in that courtyard.
All but whoever is piloting this ship.
Of course, yeah.
Do you have anyone else around the compound, anywhere nearby that can keep a lookout?
We're the only members of the rebellion here.
So your whole rebellion is 4 of you.
4 of us, yeah. Trust me. When we pack a punch, you probably pack more. Well, you pack more of a punch than we thought you did. You're quite small. Don't underestimate us. There are hundreds of thousands like us throughout the galaxy. All right. You just got to get
only
noticed.
4 of you here.
All it takes
Don't piss me
is
off.
one
young
small push to cause others to follow suit.
Exactly. If we bring weapons back to the clan that we were able to defeat the Empire for, they'll flock to us. They'll join us in this fight. I know it.
Well,
If you can make a god bleed, they will be feared. Sorry, wrong franchise. That's why the quote was a little messed up.
Right. Sure. I think it's go time.
I think so.
Unless any of you want to have another look, I think we're ready to go. Yeah?
It's now or never.
Right. Get in, you. And he leans out and says that to you, Z.
Yep, I swing back in
Oh.
using the roof. Minding not to kick anyone.
Alright. I did have an idea. Let me throw this one out there. If we meet resistance on the way in, you got a pretty big blaster there, friend. Would you like to stay in the ship and provide overwatch from above?
You
Could
talking
be
to me?
interesting. Yeah, because you've got your rifle out, right? Your big gun.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of like a sniper operation up above. This is only if we immediately meet resistance as we land.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
I'll hold off for a
Operation-
few minutes before I drop down.
A few minutes. Hang on. All right, yeah, yeah, good idea. Once Zakian, wait, we haven't told each other your names. What are your names?
You don't need to know that.
All right,
Captain Cook.
I'm gonna call you Tiny. You're Captain. You're. He points to you, Carl. Blondie. And any preference?
I reveal the Z on the big Z on my abdomen.
All right, Z, Blondie,
Spot on.
Captain, and Tiny. Let's do it. All right. You call him Axe. You call me Sal. Don't worry about them.
Just no names. NPCs.
God didn't think of a name. All right, let's do this.
Did you not have Wookiee name generator?
I do have a big list of names.
What about Axelrod? You know, you came up with that one pretty quick.
That was.
What are their names? What are their names?
All right, one
what
sec.
are their names?
Give me a moment.
No, looking at the generator.
Their names are
Spitting
Pansy
Ball
and
and Big
Pansy
Orange.
and Meatball.
It's Cherry and Joey.
Fuck, yeah, they're Joe and Jack.
Yeah, Pansy and Meatball, got it.
No, they're not. They're not Pansy and Meatball.
I like Pansy Meatball more.
Fuck. All right, fine then. Okay. So, are we ready to make the descent?
If they do not show up later in the campaign, I will be very upset.
Well, they might die right now, mate. So.
Well, if they die, the other Wookiees better call out Pansy or Meatball.
Pansy! All right. Are we ready to make this descent? It's go time.
Indeed.
All right. He bangs the twice on the side of the Star Cruiser civilian shuttle. Very badass. And you guys make your slow descent towards the compound. You know, all systems power down, like only the engine, no lights, nothing. As you approach, you begin to see clearer like those things that you'd noticed. That is certainly a extremely combustible substance in that container, and like the four of you,
about blowing that up.
the four of you have a vision of like the Star Commuter smashing through the main entrance and just exploding in a fiery blaze. With the fuel, like it would have been an absolute catastrophe.
Thank God we talked.
I just realised I fully went in today being like, I'm gonna kill the party apart from Bit if they let these guys do their plan. I just kind of thought about that. As you guys get close, so what we'll do is I will get the token. Sorry, I didn't have it ready.
Tut tut tut.
I know, I'm so bad at this. Glue blow.
And I mean,
Right.
Glue Blow was pretty
that's-
iconic, to be honest.
So whereabouts are you guys landing? Like
Blue
as
blow,
close
that's
to
the
this
other
garage
one.
as possible, or whereabouts would you have directed him to land?
Where was the thing that you saw?
So the panel would have been around here.
So I guess I would suggest as close to there as possible.
All right. So as you guys come in, you sort of curve above that greenhouse and zoom round, and you see now the other main entrance here is like another cargo sort of door. These two big ventilation pipes and some other assorted cargo. As you come in for a landing, what is the marching orders you get off? I need to give you tokens first. That'd be handy, wouldn't it?
Do we see anything of interest as we come in terms of like anything that kind of raises suspicion? The architecture not being, for example, like the buildings aren't very well maintained, as if maybe some other group moved in. That's very presumptuous, but like
I know what you're
that
thinking.
sort of stuff.
You can
Something raising alarm.
certainly roll. I'm trying to think of a good check for this. I'm thinking of like maybe like some kind of knowledge check to see if you could, or you thinking like more like a perception thing, just to glance around the surroundings.
Personally, I'm thinking like looking around, seeing if there's anything that throws me off about the situation.
All right, so yeah, roll a perception check. I'll make this just an average check.
Okay.
I'm ready, Caesar.
Oh, I've got my. Oh.
All right.
Oh my God. That.
You don't like, similarly to Z, like it doesn't scream Imperial base. you do notice, like, it's a sheer concrete wall. You do notice, with that advantage, I'll allow it. Near the main entrance, there is like a spray painted on Imperial symbol. Like, this certainly is an Imperial base. It's just not typical. It just doesn't feel entirely traditional, shall we say. Right, let me get your guys' tokens quickly. Get out of here, Bit. You ain't coming. Right, so what we'll say is Axe jumped straight off and he's ready to go. Before any of you can. Who is joining him?
Well, I want to jump off straight away.
Yeah, straight away.
So-
Sort it out.
And I'm going to stay on for a bit.
Zakian and
so-
Took jump out. At this point, Pansy jumps out and Meatball's like, wait for me!
Wait, who's
No,
flying?
wait. Meatball stays on to fly. Sorry, I forgot the plan. They forgot the plan. They're going he rams the
Fancy and meatball.
he rams the door.
Knocking out the 4 that have jumped off on the
Yeah,
way.
it just goes through you. Meatball's. Do you know what? Should I say? No, yeah, Meatball's flying. So Tafa,
Oh, I thought Pansy was more the
after you, Blondie.
I'll come. Oh shit! I moved under.
Full on Zakian.
I'll
And he jumps
jump
out.
on.
All right, Tiny, get on the door. Everyone else, fan out. You guys.
Any immediate resistance to the sound of us like
Nothing.
flying? Because I imagine, does the ship make a lot of noise?
It's not. So like, it's loud, but it's not. It's not as loud as like the last shuttle you guys had. It's quite small.
How quiet is it in comparison to what the rest of the jungle right now?
Oh, it certainly cuts through.
Okay.
It's noticeable, but you don't see any signs of resistance.
I guess
Right
I'll
now.
pull my heavy blaster out.
Yeah, I've got my rifle out while I'm on the ship, just scanning around, looking for anything.
All right,
Alright,
so
I'll
you guys
run
fan
over.
out, and you have like a bit of perception around. You don't see anything currently. Zakian, you're gonna start tinkering with that computer, yes?
I want to run over to the computer and immediately see the tank.
Yeah.
And look over to, I can't remember his name, the main guy.
Saltafa. Can you not see that?
Yeah.
Is their name tags only for me?
I can't see the name tags.
I can only see my own.
Oh yeah, I can only
Oh.
see mine.
Oh well. Anyway.
I look over to him and I was going to be like, and you were going to blow us up. And you were going to ram the door.
All right, we didn't know about the fuel. Just do your job, Tiny.
Right, can I check for security cameras through this computer? For the inside.
Okay, so as you start tinkering with it, the first thing you notice is locked. So you're gonna have to slice in. So I need you to make a computers check for me. It's gonna be hard. This is Imperial
This might
like
not be.
grade encryption.
One sec.
Do you have a slicing tool, or are you doing it without that benefit that would give you?
I don't have a slicing tool.
Okay, so this is like has a challenge dice.
I want to get one of them.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea, to be honest.
Was doing this naughty life before I met these lot.
Mhm.
Ready to go?
Yes, sir. You are like the rest of you guys. You watch Zatkins like tapping around and sort of flicking through some things, and it's taking a bit longer than you was anticipating. As Sultafa's getting a bit tetchy, like, come on! And he's like looking round. He's got this huge bowcaster, and he's like, his attention seems mainly trained on this other door as he starts to walk towards that way. Come on, Tiny! Give it another go, quickly! I'm gonna add one more challenge dice because as you're beginning to as you start to tinker with it, it starts to like the firewall starts to kick in and it's like resisting your attempt.
All right.
And it's trying to lock it. Are you gonna use light side for this? All right. Yeah. So the firewall starts to lock down this entrance, and then all of a sudden you just like I was gonna say it, but I'm not gonna say it. It's not swordfish. You crack the code and you figure it out, and you were able to like completely disable the firewall, and now you have access to this console, and you easily can see that the open garage function is immediately there. It does have some access to like a security system, but it's not like Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm gonna go through all the cameras level. It just tells you kind of like, oh, camera warehouse operational, camera lobby disabled, things like that.
All right, I'm gonna disable the security cameras.
Yeah, blip, 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 blip. You go through and turn them all off.
And then I'm gonna open the garage door.
You guys see, as that initial kind of struggle passes, you just hear zzzz as the doors open. As you peer in, Sultafa immediately hears this like, nice, good job, Tiny. Right, get in there. And you see a fairly large warehouse room with various consoles and containers for all kinds of different things. Pansy immediately runs in. Axe follows her. Come on then, let's go. And Sultava starts walking in. As they fan out around the room.
At this point, can I jump down? And
Yeah, of course. You jump down.
Well, I'm gonna come in.
I was just about to say, Z isn't with us, so are we getting any of these translations?
I mean, you can kind of hear Z is still projecting it.
Okay.
We'll say. And as you step off, the ship takes off, and you see it fly up towards where the little perch was and disappear into the night. As now you notice, like that navy sort of paint job is very effective at hiding the ship, especially at night. Stick out like fucking sore thumb at daytime. As you guys pan around this room, Axe starts walking towards like these computers over here, and you see him reach his hand out to touch it, and Soul's just like, oi, hang on, don't touch anything. Let's clear the area before we start fucking around. All right? And then he gestures towards the door at the north. Do you guys head in?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm gonna be the last to walk in. Just before I head inside, do I see anything that's changed in the compound from my perspective by that door? Or hear anything?
Make a perception check.
Okay. Perception. Okay. You're good?
I am good.
Fuck me.
Don't... It's going smooth. It's quiet.
Okay.
Too quiet.
We'll get out of here.
Alright. So, Soul walks towards the door. I'll take point. Captain, you're with me.
Oh, yeah, you can see a capable warrior when you look at one, right?
Of course, yes. The rest of you, get ready. Check your corners. Swap them to your sidearms faster than reloading. Alright, and then and then he walks towards this this door. And he expects it to open. Nothing happens. Hang on a second. And he like grabs onto the door in the like the slight crack between them, and he's going to attempt to just rip them open. Let's see if this Wookiee can
get shot up, isn't it?
I walk over to this computer and try and open it.
This will be a brawn check for here. I guess it would be just a melee check, or like there's like a brawl check, right?
Yeah, it's a brawl
Yeah,
check.
it's brawl.
All right. So Z, as you approach the computer, we'll see if he's able to do it.
Zakian.
Zakian, sorry. And he just like Zakian, you begin to look at it, and this one isn't locked, and you're about to press open. You just hear like the screeching of these metal noises, and just boom, the doors just slam open. And in front of you,
Can I close it?
you press close. You press close, and the doors just go and start sparking, as they are now fully brokered. You see another seemingly empty room.
Oh, wow.
As Saul quickly so he let go of his bowcaster on his sash in front of me. He quickly gets it up and enters the room. Come on, follow me. As you guys enter, you spot like this Wookiee-sized surgery table with multiple sort of like surgical trays next to it. Again, lots of like computers and terminals and things. I accidentally put a hollow chest table in there and didn't know how to delete it, so that's there.
Oh, is this on? Did you do that on Dungeon Draft?
On Dungeon Draft, yeah.
It is the worst.
It's
to
the
try and
worst,
select
right?
stuff on that. You've got to double click it apparently, and then it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, I haven't been able to delete shit, so I just roll on.
Yeah.
Axe is like, we'll cover the back, and he stays here, and he just is readying.
I don't like how quiet this is. This ain't usual for the Imperial.
I was about to say exactly the same.
Well-
It's too quiet.
Well, keep your voices down then. They could be sleeping in the next room over.
As he says that, can I go over to that other door and try and like listen out for anything?
Yeah, of course you can. Make a perception check, sir. This will be a hard check. No black dice.
Oh, what?
Another.
I got the advantage. Does that mean
You got
You
a
got the
triumph, an advantage,
Triumph,
and
that's
two
what I mean.
failures. Okay. So you go over, stand by the door, and have a listen. You hear like a gentle, like, vroom, 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 and you recognise that to be like the sound of the force field, just echoing its way through the compound. Other than that, seems dead. Didn't hear anything.
seems quiet? Once again, too quiet.
I'm gonna have a little sniff of this
Yeah.
and see how long a Wookiee's been since the long Wookiee's been there.
As you take a closer look, it is bloodstained.
Oh, okay, so
They seem fairly recent.
could I have a little tell? Like
Roll a survival check for me. Yeah. This will be hard.
Are these computers?
They are computers, yeah.
Am I able to look into see any data that they might have been doing on like experiments in the room?
As you go to mess with the computers, Soul says, Tiny, give it a moment. Let's clear the place, and then you can have a check. You have as much time as you need once we know there's no stormtroopers through that door.
Is that a sonic screwdriver on the table?
It is a device of some kind.
Is that,
It's a sonic screwdriver.
So it took you like...
I'll give it a little taste. Is
Yeah,
is
you-
actually like,
You dip it in, and you have a lick. And it's at least a few days old.
Oh, you lick the blood?
yeah.
So, where did you get your intel of this place?
Me and the boys staked it out a few times.
How long ago?
A few cycles, not long.
This blood is a couple cycles old, so
Well, maybe they... Look, we can talk about this once we know they're not through that door. Let's go. Alright. Right. Z, Cat, you guys take point. And he stands in the middle of you guys ready with his bowcaster up.
And stay by the door, keep a lookout.
Can I dual wield? I've just got to quickly ask.
Yeah.
This all, yeah, I can because it's
You can dual, sure.
Nice.
Alright.
Wait, did he want me to open the door?
He said, Cap, Z, take point. And gestured towards the door.
Okay, I'm gonna walk over to it.
Alright, this door, you see like a little button. It opens. And you see a small hallway.
God damn it.
Okay, I'm gonna put my head in and check both ways, just to
You-
if there's anything around the corners.
You see a door ahead of you, door to the right. Sal says over your shoulder, to the right's the main entrance. Straight across must be the barracks. Be ready. This is it. If it's going down, this is where it happens.
He said what?
Was that too quiet?
No, I just want to make sure
So,
I heard what he
he said,
said.
to the right, it's the main entrance. Straight across must be the barracks. If it's going down, this is where it's happening.
The guy who didn't know the interior.
We said it must be the barracks.
Okay, maybe I'm just being really sus here.
You can think what you want, sir.
I'm super sus, okay? I am super sus.
It is pretty sus.
I'm gonna just kind of glance at Zakian with kind of like a, did you hear what he kind of said? And then, but just kind of go with it.
We should check the barracks first. Eliminate them.
Let's go. I'm sick of waiting. I'm sick of waiting. I'm sick of waiting.
Well, let's go then.
All right.
Took goes through.
Pick the door up.
Took kicks the door. It just like doesn't even move under your weight. You just press the button. It opens. And what you see, Took, or what you hear is... No, I'm joking. What you see...
I do this too.
Oh.
is indeed a barracks area, and you see from this current point of view 6 empty beds.
Oh.
God, they are tall stormtroopers.
Yeah, that's the weird. Stormtroopers are really big.
Oh, that's why that one guy was like a little short stormtrooper.
Yeah,
Makes so much sense now. You weren't 15 foot tall.
Exactly.
And yet they couldn't build doorways tall enough.
I'm gonna come have a look. Yeah, they couldn't.
As you guys open this door, and you like, Sultana's got his caster ready, and as you see, there's no one in. He walks in, checks the corner, and he just drops his gun. Blast! Where are they?
Well, this was a royal waste of time.
They're supposed to be here.
There's
You're
still
in-
one more door.
Is there?
There's no way they can have 6 stormtroopers in that. We'll check it.
Oh,
I want to walk
look-
round. I'm just going to open the door.
The
What is
last
this?
door
I want to check
opens.
this out. What is this? Is this
That
anything?
is a data pad.
Yeah, pick it up. Have
You
a
can
look.
pick that up, absolutely. And you see a sort of front desk setup in here, and Sultatha kind of like puts his caster on the desk, and sort of like, how did this go so wrong? Our intel was good, I promise you. Where on earth are these lot? And he just goes silent for a moment.
And you was going to blow us up for nothing.
Not for nothing. But a rebellion. And I weren't going to blow you up. We obviously wouldn't have rammed a fucking ship in there if we'd noticed the fuel, right? We're not idiots.
There's no point everyone getting frustrated. You have good intel, you have bad intel. That's what winning a war is about.
There were 6 stormtroopers here 2 nights ago.
Then they obviously moved out. How? I sincerely doubt that your presence would have worried them enough to move their entire operation.
Who knows? If they did spot us, it could have rattled them, but I doubt it. They probably would have just brought in more men.
That's what I'm thinking.
Can I check the data pad?
You absolutely can check the data pad, you son of a gun. You click it on there. As you begin to scroll through, it becomes evident it's like a service log of like a trooper. He's like, day 1 deployment. This forest stinks worse than it looks. I hate being here. This is pointless. And then it's like, almost, and it's like day 5. We got more of these stinking Wookiees in today. Can't wait to test on them. Day 11, blah blah, and it goes on, and it very much reads as an inconsequential soldier's experience of being deployed here. It does reveal some of the nature of they were for sure testing on Wookiees. It doesn't really go into like the full details of what they were doing, but it confirms that it was happening.
I'll take it to Zakian.
Yeah.
I found this. Doesn't have much on it. It just says what we know already about them testing. I don't know if you can do anything, hack the mainframe or something on it and see if there's any extra information. I don't know how this technological bullshit works.
Doesn't look like it. This just looks like a diary to me, but maybe if I check the computer, you can find out a bit more.
Something ain't right.
I'm gonna go start looking at the computers.
We need to case this place in bug out.
I agree, but perhaps this venture does not have to be a full failure. Perhaps we can find something. Zakian is currently checking. Perhaps that greenhouse building. Maybe there's something in there. They were doing something here. What it is, it's not for nothing. It's never for nothing.
All right, me and the boys will go and check the greenhouse. You guys see what you can find in here.
I will join you in the greenhouse.
All right. I won't. You're welcome to help. I'll get Pansy to stay here then. And he walks back into the warehouse. Axe, come on! We've got to check this greenhouse and get out of here. And the three of you make your way over there. During that time, Zakian, as you approach the sort of main console in that room on the north side, you notice that, like, along the floor between the surgical table and the computer are all these like thick bundles of cables and stuff attached. And the computer is locked, so again, you're gonna have to break your way in. It will be slightly easier because you did just, in fact, it'll be much easier because you just broke the outside firewall. But this one is of a similar nature. So this will only be a medium check, and I'll only add one black dice because I don't know what I added before. No, I added one before, so I'll take. So there's no black dice on this one. This is just routine. You should be able to do this. All right.
Let's hope.
But we'll see what happens. I'm ready.
Ready?
For
Oh yeah.
All right. So you immediately notice the patterns that the previous security had, and you make your way into the computer and the system there. You watch as two of the Wookiees and Z make their way through the room and leave. As you start to delve into the mountains of data that is on this computer, you do immediately begin to realize there's a lot more here than you have time to read right now, probably.
Can I stick it onto the data pad?
You can certainly try. Did you want to have a glance through it quickly before you do that, or are you immediately going to start just trying to get this data?
I'll take a quick glance.
First thing you notice is a data log from a few days ago. From a few weeks back, and it is essentially a notice that it's a log from someone called Imperial Dr. Lutheros, and it essentially goes into some more details on the experiments on the Wookiees, in terms of what they were doing in this room, and it also mentions something about an approved fire test by an Imperial Lieutenant Alexander, and it reads as if this doctor had an incredible disapproval for the authorization of these fire tests. The weapon in which he states that the weapons that were authorized are unclear to him, and new, some sort of new technology that he's not entirely sure is ethical to be tested on, sentient beings.
Imperial with a conscience?
It seems so.
Am I able to spot anything to do with this?
What, sorry?
Am I able to spot anything to do with the greenhouse?
As you do notice, there is a section dedicated to that, and there is quite a lot of data to do with that. But it's just there is a lot, and it's verging on like you've already been reading that first entry probably took you like we'll say like 5 minutes, whilst the others have been searching. You know,
yeah,
you're gonna I'm happy. You're happy. You can totally read it now, but it's gonna take you some time. And...
I'm gonna move it. I'm gonna just move it onto the data pad.
All right.
I want to search to see if they have any knowledge on Jakarta's like tribe.
Yeah, sure.
Their
So
whereabouts or anything like that.
you take a little scroll, and you do see. You do actually notice that there is an input from an Imperial officer, Alexander, stating that they had seen Wookiees in the area a few cycles ago. And
Wait, the area we are now, or where
like they had spotted Soltatha and his crew.
okay.
You know, surveying the outpost, and they were preparing for that. And it mentions like perhaps we should act sooner than originally planned.
All right,
But it doesn't really elaborate.
Oh, you fucking bastard! You bastard! You absolute bastard! I know exactly what's happening right this fucking moment. I hate you so much. That's why he asked us whether or not we're staying at the feast or not. What do you think's happening right this moment? Where are all the stormtroopers?
Ah! Shit.
You don't know that.
Are you saying this out loud, Zakian?
No, I'm just reading it, and I'm gonna put it onto the data pad.
All right. So what I do need you to make is a computer's check, just to make sure you don't pull that cord out without safely deactivating the device and corrupt all the data. This will be, with the nature of the amount of information that you're going to be transferring here, I will make this a hard check. You know what? I'm going to use a dark side point. As Zakian, you are beginning to transfer this data, all of a sudden, like the firewall kicks in and it begins deleting, and it deletes maybe a quarter of the files, and you're not entirely sure what you got, but you got a chunk of it.
Mm.
And all of a sudden, the rest of you notice now, all of the screens, which were like this pale blue, just blink red and then go black and shut off entirely. All of the computer systems have shut down.
What happened?
It wasn't me.
What did you access?
I was looking at the data.
Did you click on anything in particular?
No, it was just transferring over. I have no idea what happened.
What's going on? We've been here long enough. Are we not getting out of here?
Yeah, maybe we should make a move.
During that time, Z, Soltatha and Axe and yourself head over to this large dome. You notice now that it doesn't necessarily have walls. It's sort of... It meets the ground in certain places and sort of arches over. And doesn't look like particularly miraculous. But as you step in, it goes from being a sort of cold, like, frosty night to like a very warm, tropical sort of environment. And you do see now rows of different types of plants growing. You see on the left side like these orange and purple fruits growing on vines. On the right side you see a particularly viney plant. No, Z, you with me, Z? Wait, Z, wake up!
I'm back.
Pay attention. Z, look over there. And as you look over there, you see orange and purple fruits, melon-sized, growing on vines. And on the right side of the tent, the dome, I'll call it a dome, you see these like viney plants that are like blue in coloration, growing, and they're sort of thorny, but they don't have fruit on them. And they're growing all around these sort of like poles that are helping them grow upwards.
I know it's very unlikely, but could I maybe try and discern what they might be? and
You
like
can
the
roll a
properties within our
survival
house?
check if you wish, sir.
I'll
Or you can roll a criminal underworld knowledge check. Either way, it's gonna be a hard check.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go Underworld.
All
I
right.
mean, it's the same, but I like the flavor of Underworld.
Okay. Roll for me, sir.
Wow.
You're not quite sure. As you glance at them, they just seem like blue thorny vines. And as you go towards them, Saltatha says, "They might not look like much to you, but those that kill me, any Wookiee, incredibly poisonous."
I think Ewan's right.
Well, they'd kill any biological, should I say. They are incredibly poisonous.
What are they?
They are a poisonous plant.
Fair
They
enough.
are, what's a Star Wars poison? Let's see.
Hot tamale.
They are, they're a plant that, has a condensed form of deoxys gas, basically, within them. And deoxys gas is like a very common poison used by assassins.
Mhm.
And this is essentially like if you took that gas and turned it into a solid, and then you can extract that and use it to make other types of poisons.
I'm gonna turn to him and say, so they are farming poison on a planet where they collect slaves, and they are currently not here.
Yeah. I think we should call in a ship. Get out of here.
I think we should get back to your clan as soon as possible.
No, I think so. There's clearly nothing else to be gained here.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn and like basically start running back to the warehouse.
What's the rush?
I'm just gonna keep running.
All
Gotta
right.
go
They,
fast.
they start jogging after you. They run after you back to the warehouse doors. And at this point, this is when, as you guys re-enter the room, this is when all of the systems shut down, Zatkin, and you guys have that back and forth about what did you do.
Carlisle,
What did you find?
they're farming poison on a planet where they collect slaves, and they're currently not here. We need to get back to the clan as soon as possible.
And then I want to say to him, they spotted you guys a few days ago.
You think that they packed up and left because of it?
Or they ran out of test subjects.
But it said something about having to do something sooner.
You see a look of like absolute dread go across Saltafa's face.
I'm gonna pull up the comlink immediately. We need you back here now. Now.
I told you this is you shouldn't play hero. Playing hero tends to get you in hot shit.
You didn't say that, Took.
Did I not? I must have thought that.
He's not even engaging you in. He's silent.
Does your clan have a mode of communication, a way that we can connect to them? The only thing that we have there is our ship.
Unless one of them snooping around your ship, no.
It's better than nothing, but I don't know what the range is on this. I don't think it's 40 minutes out is not for. Wait, it might.
It worked back on Cyrilla.
It did.
I've got this old comm link as well that's actually already linked up with our ship.
But then let's try and call it. Let's see if anyone happens to be inside.
Alright, let me give it a go.
It still be connected, right? Because we connected it last to the.
Because he's smiling.
I'm gonna give it a little tap.
Swear to God, if they've stolen our
I
fucking
know.
ship.
Also, I know it's not maybe not the most important thing, but my fucking thing is on there. My fucking
Ring,
memory
ring,
thing.
ring. Hello? Calling to Crate Fang. Anybody aboard?
At first, you hear nothing, right?
Oh God, no.
Oh, yeah.
At first,
You hear silence for a moment, and then you just hear like these odd, like.
What does that mean?
Is it
Make
Morse
a-
code?
Do I recognize it? Yeah.
Make a
Then-
core worlds check, Carlisle. Make any of you can make a knowledge check to see if you can
Knowledge check.
Okay.
Can I make
Oh, it's
any
not.
any knowledge check? Can I make
any knowledge check.
All right.
any knowledge.
Just now, just.
Well, this is my
Yeah,
best
now
one.
do it.
Oh,
Oh,
I got
This will be like a group realization moment. I feel.
Oh,
I
it.
feel
Oh, the
like.
world.
Okay, 2 successes, 4 successes, 1 fail. All right. You all stand there and you hear this sort of rapid, like, coming through your comlink. And at first, it just sounds like distortion or some kind of error, technical error. And then it suddenly becomes very apparent to a few of you that this is somebody trying to signal that something is fucking wrong.
Oh,
And they can't speak.
dang Farring.
It's not necessarily spelling out a specific message, but it's almost an SOS message.
I know that feeling. It's when the ghost is hunting.
Oh, and the ghost is hunting, the lights flashing, and
There's a revenant! There's a revenant!
you
That's the
can't
last thing you
speak.
hear.
And you've got Ewan in a locker next to you making duck sounds, and you know it's outside the locker. And
The last thing you hear is.
Oh,
down the
no!
radio.
and then, as the person in the other room has been killed.
That was
All right.
good.
These are such specific.
Yeah, if you're a Phasmophobia fan, you'll get it, but if not, then.
I feel
Fuck it.
bad for Dean. Like, I really don't.
At this point, you do hear the swooping in of the shuttle landing outside. So I was like, let's go! And he goes running out, and so does Axe, and they both bundle into the shuttle. I'm assuming the rest of you
Oh,
bolt.
yeah.
As we're running out to the shuttle, I'm gonna shoot the fuel. I'm gonna get my pulse rifle out and shoot the fuel.
Wait, like as you're flying away?
As the ship flies away before
Okay.
the thing floats, I'm gonna fire
So
continuous bolts into it until it explodes.
as
hopefully.
you all board the shuttle and fly out of range of the explosion, I hope.
Find out.
As you begin to float away, Saltatha goes to close the door, but your gun's blocking it,
Mm-hmm.
and you're about 50, 60 feet away.
Yeah,
take the
I
shot.
nudge him away and then I'm gonna continuously blast into it.
You get into the long range band, so it'll be a hard shot. Are you prepared to take that shot, sir?
Yes.
Go ahead and make a ranged melee. Ranged
My
melee?
my
What?
blaster rifle is long range.
Yeah, but so a pistol wouldn't be able to make the shot, but a rifle can.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it's still a hard check, but a pistol just couldn't make that shot, basically.
Okay. You ready for me to roll?
Yes, I absolutely am. Success with some threat.
Oh, he's gonna fucking blow us down.
Why did you give him that idea?
With some threat. You take your aim. You aim it perfect. You think you're about far enough away. As you shoot, the ship jolts. You fire.
Ah!
Everyone screams. You hit like a fuel line attached to the tanker, and you see it like, and then like a couple of seconds later, this massive ball of flame, and it just like, you wasn't as far away as you thought, and the flames lick into the back of the ship as the rest of you fly away, and all organics on the ship take 2 wounds as this
You
fire just licks
motherfucker.
across you.
Oh,
But
As the explosion happens and the fire licks into the thing, like Z's sensors are all like flickering and like if a droid was excited, this is what it would look like.
what you do notice now, though, is there is a gaping hole in the side of the warehouse, and the fire is beginning to, like, the fuel fire is quite substantial. It might grow.
I'm
Would
gonna
the force field stop it from setting the forest on fire?
There is a clearing around this base. You're not at particular risk of the forest
Fine.
just burning down. It's a pretty large
Well
forest.
done. That's
They're
good.
big trees as well, so these would be really hard to burn down because they are like, you know, way larger than any tree.
I'm gonna smack Z over the head with my pistol.
You damn pyromaniac! Crazy fucking piece of bolt!
It needed to be done. Would you have allowed that facility to continue to
Yeah.
exist?
But just wait until we're out of the way! Fucking scorch my asshole off!
I needed to make the shot.
Meatball looks really sad that his fur is like scorched, but
It'll grow back.
you don't want to translate.
Yeah.
It's too rude.
As soon as he says it, my thing just goes off.
Is the data pad safe? It didn't get burnt, did it? Zakian.
I check it,
It looks fine.
and then I'm going to search it for that. See if I got the final message that I read about them having to move. Did that make it onto the data pad? That's what I'm checking.
It did make it.
Ooh. Carlisle, this is what the data said. I'm going to pass it over to.
Do I read the same thing?
Yeah. I don't entirely exactly remember what I said for that specific message, but it was something on the lines of like,
I've got
we've
it down.
seen some Wookiees. Perhaps we better act sooner than we thought.
Yeah. This is by Lieutenant Alexander. This is the man who was on the message with us.
What? Really? What's he doing here?
I don't know.
This is very, very bad.
Did you make anything? Did you see anything else about these strange weapons? These things that they're talking about on Zakian? Did you see anything else about that?
No, that's all I managed to read. I tried getting it on a down.
This is not good. This is not. Oh my! I'm gonna pat back to him. Oh.
The Wookiees are silent. Like they.
What else did you get on there?
Can I just look through, see if I can spot anything else?
I mean, there's a. You remember there was a lot of files,
skimming
but
through.
now there are considerably less. The stuff about the greenhouse is gone. You do get the thing about the weapons test. You lost a good chunk of the specific details of the surgeries that were going on. But you get most of Lieutenant Alexander's logs.
About what we just
About like the
discussed.
weapon tests and things like that.
Yeah, I'll reiterate that to the group.
You essentially aren't able to gain much new information from what you got.
Nothing
What-
on there about us.
I didn't see.
Why on earth would they be saying it on there but you?
On Earth.
Why on Kashyyyk?
Sorry.
You're right, that's a weird term to use. Did you bring them here?
The Empire is everywhere. You know that.
Yeah, but it's weird.
Is it?
Snake stinks.
It's probably the burning hair on the back and your back.
Yeah, it could be.
You saw the logs. You heard the logs, at least. They saw Wookiees nearby and decided that it was the final straw, that they had to do something.
Mm.
This is not on us, and I'm not going to try and blame you, but this has nothing to do with us.
Well, a good leader takes responsibility, and clearly I had some part to play in this.
If we can make it back, maybe there's something we can do.
We've been gone a while.
Are we the only warrior? The only warriors
Well,
in your
there's,
tribe? Or you?
No, I mean there's the guards, but they're not exactly well armed. They've got, they've got their spear axes and some bowcasters, but
I mean, surely, when we arrived, we were told that the Imperials were on planet. Your clan seemed to know that. Do they have a plan in place should they be raided by the Imperials?
of course, but
What is that plan?
with the feast, I don't know if it matters because we're not all usually in one place, are we? It's usually women and children bunker down and let the guards handle it, but everyone was there.
Maybe that's a good thing, though.
Well, at least you get what you wanted after all, you know. In some sick kind of way.
I think it's time that you shut
Survival of the
your
fit.
mouth.
The ones
Axe
that
leans
are-
forward. Watch your tongue.
Only rebels living now. The way I see it is you've wasted our time. So you better make it quick so we can actually make ourselves useful.
He doesn't respond.
I'm such a cunt.
You are an arsehole.
Potential village being wiped out. You've wasted my fucking time. I love it. What proceeds is a fairly silent, journey. Zakian, what you notice out one of the side windows in the trees, as you're zooming by, you swear you see a giant lizard just like jumping along. It's like one of the ones that's coming to get you. But the shit outruns it.
The jump.
Shit.
Did I say the shit?
I heard the shit.
All right, well,
I think
the ship, the glue blow easily outruns it.
I just-
I've got a glue blow on me right now.
Yeah.
You do. I have a rue. A Ged blow. Row. Anyway,
I just look over to Axel and I'm just like,
it is incredibly silent. 20 minutes passes. Not a word. You guys are maybe 10 minutes out from where Clan Rochier is. And the more astute of you begin to notice an orange haze in the distance.
Oh,
you
gee.
motherfucker.
As you approach even closer, the shuttle begins to do a sort of aerial loop of the air of the tree village, and you spot that on the eastern side of the village, where before you had seen families dancing to the drums and the feast being prepared, there were 3 tree platforms. There are now 2, as one of them hangs off and is ablaze.
We took that bait.
And you don't.
You wanted to go into the pirate ship.
That would have been better, mate.
You don't see. You see a shuttle that has landed near your ship, the Crate Thing, and you see a group of white armored troopers slowly marching members of Clan Rochier onto 2 Lambda class Imperial shuttles. Women, children. You see Jakarta and Chubo being marched in.
How many? How many of them?
Dozens.
I mean, how many stormtroopers?
Oh, stormtroopers! You see here. You see 6 here, and then over by the. As you do another lap round the village, you now notice that some of the stormtroopers are starting to take an interest to the noise, but you do spot on the platform where the festivities were being held, there are another 4 stormtroopers that are just poking these silhouettes on the floor as they sort of methodically pace around and check the bodies. And at that point, you see the group of stormtroopers on the platform next to your ship are beginning to like look up in your direction, and Meatball, who is piloting, like veers off and starts to fly away into the jungle.
So you wanted to crash the ship? So you crash it there. And I point at where the 4 troopers are just poking at bodies.
They could be alive.
I'm
He's
sorry, but I really don't know. At least you can take out all 4 of them, and then there's only 2.
That's where we're gonna leave it this week, guys.
Oh my god. You're an arsehole.
It was gonna happen either way. You're either there or you wasn't.
Do you know what? It's better that we went, because we would have been in the firing line of that.
Yeah, that's true. That is, in a weird way, is kind of true.
It would have been a hard battle. I think that's a good place to leave it, because it's a pretty big decision you guys have got to make right now. So, let you guys think about that for a week and rest on that.
Bip, bip.
Rest on that. You do not see Bit Bit in sight. And you've been gone, what, like... That whole excursion took you, like half a day? Like 12 hours, maybe? You waited, and then you journeyed back. So,
Mm-hmm. Oh,
yeah, good stuff, guys. That was fun. Right?
Can't believe this.
Fun.
I told
That
you.
was-
It's
that
my
was
job to scheme against you.
Fantastic.
I know.
That was fantastic.
That was amazing twist.
That was a
It was.
nice big fat slice of pie.
There you go.
Ship pie.
Eat it. Eat it. Eat my shit
I don't-
pie.
I don't want to eat it. Well, I
Just
to be honest,
took
don't
a big
care.
fat dump in all of our laps, and now we're just sitting there dealing with it.
The only thing
Well,
took
you've
over
got-
was the fucking-
You've got a week to plot now.
Yeah.
What is your plan of action here? So,
Now, if we've learned anything from one big group of roleplay tabletop streamers, it's that whenever you spend a week planning, it goes out the wall
it goes up the wall in about 1
5
minute.
seconds.
Yeah, not
Best
long.
not to
Wait a
make a
minute.
plan, then just to go on impulse.
On instinct alone.
Be
Oh my
honest. Be genuine. Because clearly plans just don't go.
Amazing. That was great. What a great little twist
It was a
story.
great role play as well.
Amazing.
Good stuff,
Fantastic.
guys.
Fantastic. mate. Fantastic.
Experience-wise, you get 5 experience each
Yeah, we didn't really kill anything.
for showing up and falling
Showing
into
up.
my trap. And you know, just doing excellent roleplay all round. Love that. Those are some of my favourite sessions, though, man.
Yeah, I loved how much roleplay we got.
Yeah, that's
on
good
that.
stuff.
There was some good roleplay at the beginning.
And so, to sort of wrap things up, we will be back next Monday at 7 to see what the hell these guys are going to do. But one time only, because Bit Bunce has wandered off into the forests of Kashyyyk. This Thursday at 7, we are going to be doing a Bit one-shot, just me and Jamie, where he will get into some Jedi shit. Is the teaser. So I would hope to see you guys there. It's a one-off one-shot, and hopefully he gets through it alive. Otherwise, these guys
We'll be waiting forever.
You'll never know the fate of Bit. So we'll see what happens. But other than that, I have nothing else to announce. Thank you so much for hanging out with us once again on this Monday evening. We will see you next Thursday. I got to say it. And may the force be with you, ladies and gentlemen. Good night.
Woo!
Bye.
Bye.